And my area gets messier and messier. Welcome to card 3. We're going to do some stamping and some stickles first because this is going to take a while to dry. So you want to get that Mary stamp and make sure that you season it. And your pine ink. And then this white French vanilla strip of paper. And this is another one of the solid stamps, so make sure that you're really inking it up well. Press hard, look through it, make sure there's plenty of even ink on there. And then this is going to go right in the center, but up just slightly because we have to put one word. And did I get that on straight? I think I did. Okay. One word below it. Let it sink in. And lift. Okay. Now grab your rosemary ink and your Christmas stamp and season and rosemary ink right below to the left-hand side of the Christmas or of the Mary. Put it on straight. Now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our stickles and remember, let me get this down a little closer. I think that, oh, maybe I am as close as I can be. Okay, remember when you were young and, well, we were all young once, right? When we were younger and Scrapbooking first came out and they had a lot of font books and stuff. And they did a lot of shadowing on the left-hand side of, or the right-hand side or the top of letters and stuff. So I thought it'd be fun to do that today. So we're gonna kind of make a shadow with this. And you wanna make sure you're evenly squeezing. And we're only gonna go on the left-hand side of these letters and just make a little shadow. So I'm gonna lift this up just so you can see close. I'm gonna go right here. Left-hand side of that, left-hand side of this, left-hand side there, left-hand side. And you don't have to go the whole length of the letter or the loop of the cursive there. Even just a bit will be fine. So let me get this going here. So I'm just gonna make a line and try to make it kind of even to the left there. And then here. Now remember, I'm not gonna have to go all the way down into that corner between the two letters. I'm just making a shadow and I'm just gonna stay to the left-hand side of all these letters. I'm gonna lift this up and you don't have to go all the way up. So let me lift that so you can see. This is gonna be a really cool look. Left-hand side of this, again, I'm not going all the way down into that little crevice. I'm just gonna start up here and go along until I get almost to the top there. Start almost to the bottom here. The idea is to keep the flow even so that in the end it all looks approximately the same texture. Start here. I'm gonna go to the left of this E and up a bit and then stop. Then I'm gonna go inside the E to the left of the right E and over here on the R, squeezing evenly and up and around and stop. I'm not gonna go inside this one other than maybe just the tiniest bit there, because it's very tiny. And here, keeping it evenly squeezed. And this will take a while to dry. So this is why we're starting with this first. Up just a little bit in that crevice. And then to the left, again, of the inside of that R. And then up on the Y and curve right up to the top, the inside of the Y. And yes, my hand is hurting. Whew. the outside of the loop. You could do this also with like a gray marker. Would be really cool to do a shadow. And it doesn't always have to be the left. You can choose a side. Just stay consistent. So if you were going to do like that, all the tops. So if there's more letters that are spread out horizontally, you could do all the top and the inside parts too, but still towards the top. Or you can do the right-hand side. You could do the bottom. Anyway, that's the look. So we're going to set that aside to dry. Here are the center parts of the card. Let's add some texture. So the pattern paper, don't have to worry about that because it already has a cool look to it. But the mist and Seabrook, something like that. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm terrible on these colors lately. Those ones are the ones we want to kind of leave. So I think it's the light side, and I believe it is. Let me look. Seabrook, I was right. Okay, good. So take your dry embossing tool again, or any kind of scoring tool that you have, and we're just going to add some texture in here. And I'm going to go every 1/4 inch. You can push a little harder than you did before when we were just doing the card base, because the card base was much thinner. Try to keep it even. I'm just going every 1/4 inch. Now, the cool thing about our cardstock is that you can sand it. So that's something you could also do to this once we get done. I'm not going to do that today because just the texture is good enough for me. And just keep going across. We're going to do this on this one and the mist. Just to add that cool look behind it. You know, when close to my heart makes their cards, you know, they have to go a thin line between beginner, intermediate, and advanced card makers. So they can't go too fancy, or the beginners are going to get intimidated. And they can't go too easy, or the advanced people and the intermediate people are bored. And so that's why I try to give you an option. So if you are, I got just a little bit of an edge there. So we're gonna put a little bit more there. You know, if you feel like you're intimidated, you can just do it just like Close to My Heart does it. If you want a little bit more, Valerie and I try to show you some other options for both the scrapbooking and the cards. So you can go, you know, for intermediate and advanced people. Now, how do you know which one you are? Oh my gosh. Intermediate are people, to me, that can follow the directions really easily, don't need any supervision to follow the directions. Whereas beginner might need some supervision. Advanced to me are people that could design it themselves. So that's kind of how I go for the differences. And I'm gonna have just a little edge there. Okay. So let's put that aside now. These are going on the card base, and the card base this time is the long card. So let's fold that belly side up there. And let's see, I'm going to just, I think the only prep we need to do for this one is what we already started with, and we're going to do a little distressing on the edges of that Mary piece. But other than that, I think everything else should go on pretty easy here. So it looks like 1/8 of an inch from the side and the top for this one. Whatever color it is, Seabrook. So about there. And I usually like to start at the other end to make sure that then I can always place the middle one where I need to. So I might use my ruler just to make sure I've got this nice and even. So it went somewhere. Luckily I have 4. When they said that they were retiring these rulers, I bought a bunch because I love them and I was always breaking them. So I have 4. The T-square now is one of them, actually. Okay, so about 1/8 of an inch from the edge and the top. Let me see, I think we're pretty even here. And then I match up the one in the middle, so I don't even have to worry about measuring that. I just center it between the two, like that. Okay. Now it looks like they cut the shimmer trim in half to decorate. So we will do that this time since I didn't make you do it the last time. And then it looks like on the outside edges of this, once we put down the big brown piece, we've got a little bit of pattern paper. So the big brown piece, instead of popping that up, which I normally probably would, we're gonna put that down because we've got these 2 pieces that go on the side. Is it this? Yeah, so that's gonna be one of them, I think. And where's the other one? Yeah, I may have not cut 2, so I will make sure I do that in a second here. That's a pretty big piece, I bet. If I just cut it in half, we would be good there. So I think that's what I'll do. All right, I don't see, when I pre-cut these, I thought I cut everything right, but it looks like I'm missing something. So I'm just gonna cut this in half, and I'm sure you cut yours right. All right. So we're gonna put that brown down, the mocha, and that goes 5/8 of an inch up and 5/8 of an inch from the left-hand side. Don't you need your ruler? You can't live without it when you're making cards and scrapbooking. Okay, like that, and then 5/8 of an inch in. Puts it right around there. I think that's close. Let me go just a little bit more on that 5/8. All right, now these 2 pieces that I somehow didn't cut right are just going out on the outside edge, like this, right centered. Now on the picture, they come all the way to that outer edge there, and I didn't quite, but I don't care. Probably because I went a little uneven. So what I did over here, because I'm a little off there, and this one is bigger and it overlaps, I'm gonna tuck it under so it matches the other side. Nobody will ever know, except you guys. Okay, now the other one is drying, so let's do the shimmer trim. And did they say how long that's supposed to be? Shimmer trim. It doesn't really say. Isn't that funny? It just says embellished with shimmer trim. So it's very odd the way they've got that on there. So let me just give an estimate to you. So if you're like me and like the measurements, I'm going to kind of go with, it looks like they've got it about 1/4 inch in here, and then maybe about 1/4 inch onto that. So I'm gonna say cut it about 5 inches. Okay, so let's cut it first and then we'll cut it in vertically. This is a beautiful color. Look at that. Ugh. Pine. So am I out of camera range? I am. Move my inks so I can get a little closer to you guys. There we go. 5 inches. This is where you need your washi tape. Always like to bring some. And I just use my old stuff that I've had around forever. That went with, you know, some things and paper and stuff a long time ago, and now just doesn't work for me. Although, if you see how I've been doing all my embellishments cut by color, this could have gone in the black box. This could have gone in the pink box. Either one would have worked, and I probably would have ended up using it had I put it in one of those boxes. But instead, it is for this very reason that I keep it in my regular Irish cart. Oh! Did you see that? That has never happened. My washi tape has always kept it down before, so let me try that baby again. It's probably because I'm kind of off on this trimmer. I am not exactly down all the way, so let me get that. And I'm also going to push this part down. Yeah, see, I'm on my uneven spot. Yep, I sure am. Man, what a pain. I may even have to do this off camera because I'm kind of really on an uneven spot on my table. I'm gonna see if I can do it. Cutting some of it. Yeah, it didn't go very even. And it didn't cut right. So, option 2 is, and see how I cut so uneven there? I may just take a new piece here. There's always a way to work it out, you guys. All right, so another way to do this is you can fold it if you got a short piece like this. Makes it a little bit easier to cut evenly, and cut it with scissors. So I'm gonna hold this tight and I'm gonna go up the middle as straight as I can. Oop, and it didn't work. So let's try it this way. All right. Almost worked at the top there. This is not gonna be perfect. So the washi tape way is better way to go. This is gonna be off. Okay, I don't like it. So my last resort is I'm gonna put a full piece of tape there. Won't matter. If you guys can get yours cut because you don't have an uneven surface, that will be awesome. I'm just gonna cut 2 full pieces, 5 inches. I'm out of camera range again. And that's okay because there's quite a bit of space on that card. So, okay, that's gonna go over here. Now, the way they're doing this is about a 1/4 inch from the right-hand side of that mocha piece. So let me do this. I'm gonna go a 1/4 inch about there and just line it up. And this is gonna look just fine, not being 1/8 of an inch wide. It's still gonna look great. And then on the other side, they're doing the same thing, but they're gonna start a 1/4 inch over here. This is gonna be a longer video. All my videos this time are longer because I'm not doing the voiceover. I felt like, because I was doing some more kind of complicated things, I wanted to talk directly, and sometimes in the voiceover I miss those parts and I don't want to do that. So, all right, now this is not perfect, but that's okay. We're gonna go with that. All right, next is the beige piece, like that. Acorn. Not really beige, is it? Almost golden. Okay, like that. Right now, let's put together, while we're still leaving our Mary dry, let's put together our little pine cones and boughs. Only take a minute. And then I hope that we're nearly dry over there, since I've taken a while to put this together. Very few edits on this one though. I haven't had to stop and start too much. All right, we're gonna put this on. This is gorgeous, just gorgeous. I know I said it before, but it is gorgeous. Put that down. I just love the delicacy. Okay. And the same with this piece. Just get your dots in there, little dots of glue, wherever you can find a spot that'll hold it. All right. That's gonna go like this. And then we have three little strips of paper that are gonna go on our stickled piece. Let me see if I can find those now. Got this one, and I think I have a white one. It may have disappeared itself. I am not seeing it. I have two little stacks here, so it might have gone in a different stack. So I'll have to cut a new. And this is going to go on our Mary piece. So it looks pretty dry. I'm not going to touch it and test it though. Right, so these little pieces, and this is the rosemary, I believe, is going to go a 1/4 inch away from here. So I'm going to put a little glue here, and I'm going to eyeball this one about a 1/4 inch away, like that. And then the white one, and they are, it doesn't say how far apart, so I'm going to go about 1/8 of an inch apart. The French vanilla here. Just got a call from my son, and he is letting me know when he's coming into the airport tomorrow. Luckily, he's coming to Midway, which is a little bit smaller than O'Hare. It is such a pain to pick somebody up at O'Hare. So I am glad he's coming to a smaller airport, although not that small. All right, let's get this on, and I am going to do this because I'm not sure that this is completely dry. You want to make sure you get yours dry. We're going to be very gentle. What kind of ink did they want us to? They wanted just to sponge the edges with rosemary ink. And sponge. I'm just going to be really gentle to make sure that's all dry. And watch how I'm going to glue it, because I don't even want to turn it over and lay it on paper. You are going to be smart. You're going to wait until this is completely dry before you try this. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put glue quite inside. Sorry, I have very long hair. Just inside the lines, and do it that way. Like that. Center it. And then we've got the little decorations. So we've got the light colored Seabrook one. This time I might put just a little bit of regular glue. And that goes kind of like this. And over here to the right hand side, let that go off. And then we want to lay one of these down and pop one of them up. So this one's going to be laid down. Regular adhesive. And, oops, I'm sorry. We have one more little bow. That's going to be the leaf for this. That kind of goes there. And now we can put this down. And kind of goes like this. Almost like that's a stem. And I see this one is starting to come up a little bit, so it needs a little bit of glue. I'm going to add that in. And then this is going to take some Pop-Tarts. Some bigger ones I'm going to use. And then we'll just add some sparkles, and I'll see if there's any place Well, we already did use our stickles, so I guess we don't need any more stickles. So this is just gonna kind of lay across here like that. So just some gold dots. And I got a big one. I made a little spot there. I don't know if you guys can see it, so I'm gonna cover that. And then let's put one of the gold dots here. And one more. Like, do I need one over here? I think I do. Like that. And I got not hair, but fuzz in it this time. Okay. And I think that is it, you guys. So what do you think? Pretty, huh?